Jesus. Whoops, I'm recording. So I recently made a level that I've already showed twice within my YouTube channel. The first one being a layout showcase and the second one being another layout showcase, but buffed, since in the first video people said that it looked too easy, and they also did in the second one. So the purpose of today's video is to try and make my level top 1. So here we go. As you can see, I have two versions of the level. This one I'm currently decorating, but we're gonna use this one. So there are many parts that look easy in the level but are actually harder than they seem. In the second video that I made where I buffed the level, I made some very much needed changes. I think I buffed this part to actually go with the music and such. I changed up the spider and I also changed up the final robot. Now the major complaints that I've seen for the level are the UFO part and the ship part. Now the theme of the level itself is over-industrialization. Everything is the same, mass-produced, so I thought the gameplay should look simple, very basic, and that's why every single bit of gameplay, aside from some parts, is extremely simple. Like this wave, for example, it's just a simple normal wave. The timing is very fast, but there's no crazy portals, there's no crazy gravity changes, there's no crazy transitions in the middle. This gameplay is based on sections, let's call it. Whenever you change a game mode, it's a section. If we go to the start, you start as a cube, and this is like the introduction. Then you go into the robot, and this robot I call the assembly line. Every single part has a purpose. This ball is another section, this wave is another section, and so on. Let's go towards the parts that people were complaining about, and let's start with the UFO since it's earlier on. Now the difficulty with the UFO is, let's put a start position here. So the thing with the UFO is each time you jump you go a certain distance, and it's fixed unless you jump again during this distance. So you need to be careful not to press more or less. The difficulty with this part is that not many things look as easy as they seem. After the wave, you end up here. Oh, there we go. There we go, I made it. So we get to this part right here. This part, when I say that this part is impossible, I'm not lying. This specific part right here is the biggest choke point in the UFO part. This is one of the reasons why I gave up on doing a frame perfect counter for this level, because I don't actually know if this part is frame perfect, since to get past it you need prep, and actually the things that you do beforehand matter. So this click is impossible unless you do something exactly, and what I mean by that is you need to jump here and then you need to spam up here enough that you then go very, very close to the spike and jump at the last second before dying. The reason for that is because you need to go over these 3 blocks. The reason for that is if you touch this even a little, you go too far and you go into this gear. So you need to go through here, down here, and then jump at the last second here so you make it in, then jump here where I removed a spike here so you hit your head, and then go up above here. And I don't actually know if this is a 1 frame window because it's the things beforehand that matter. I replaced these black orbs with trigger orbs, and these trigger orbs, which are also here, basically if you hit them, let me demonstrate. Let's get to that part real quick. So if you click them, they block the path ahead. As you can see, this was blocked. It is not blocked by default, but there are 2 blocks here that block the way, and they are triggered by these. So this UFO part looks much wider than it actually is, because the things that you do before a certain part matter for the future. So let me think how to actually buff this part a bit. One thing I've learned about making top 1 levels and really hard gameplay is that you need to make the gameplay extremely unfun. You need to make it so you feel disgusting after doing something. You need the actions that you need to do to not feel good. In Geometry Dash, you wanna feel good, you wanna have fun with the gameplay, but the less fun you have, the less you wanna do them, so it becomes harder. Get what I'm saying? So we need to have the clicks that you need to do to be extremely unsafe and unfun to do. Let me load the bot, get to this part, and see what I did. All right, and we can stop here. So we have all the hitboxes and all the clicks right now. So here you jump over, you spam up, then you need to click the... Oh my goodness. Look at this, dude. I think we need to buff these clicks. These clicks are way too easy. We can bring down this by 1. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. I think we need to buff the hitboxes of this. Does a full spike... Oh yeah, easy. Hold on. I actually think that's death. So... need to fix that. So while I'm doing this, I actually wanted to say that I actually don't really know what I want to do with this level, because I mean, at a certain point the level will become a bit too hard. You know, if I buff this into oblivion, I mean, if eventually there will be a verifier for this level, I think I'll leave the balancing to them. I ain't touching this thing with a 10-foot pole. You can't believe that. With these buffs that I'm doing right now, I think eventually I'm just gonna make it into a freaking Eternus, which wasn't my plan, but if I'm making a top 1, I need to make it hard as hell. Even impossible by today's standards, so that people can challenge themselves. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I need to make this click more dangerous. Let's put this gear right here, maybe even closer like that, and put another one right here. Jesus, I did not even notice this is closest. That is too close. I think I could put these black orbs a bit closer even, because you're clicking here. These hitboxes don't matter. I could put these even closer, I think. And these two, I think I can put all of these way closer than I actually think. This may sound bad as a player, you know, but that's the thing you need to do with top 1 levels. Why do you think no one wants to beat Heliopolis, right? That's the thing, you need to make them as unfun as you possibly can. This is just not a dangerous click. You can just sit on this. Do this. Yes. Is it bad to replace these with big spikes? Then this. Ooh, yeah. We need this click to be dangerous. All right. Put it a bit higher. Oh, yeah. No, that's a hard click. Look at that. This could be harder. Why don't I just do this? There are so many parts in this level that when I'm botting it, when I'm recording the bot, I'm just relieved after I do them. When I get over this part, I celebrate. At the beginning here, this robot is freaking crazy. These two are insane. Every time I do them, I celebrate when I'm actively botting the level for the showcase. That means hitboxes, trajectory, speed hack at 0.1, and practice mode. With all that, I'm still celebrating when I get over a certain part. If I was the verifier, any attempt to when I go past these two clicks could possibly be a winning attempt. We're buffing the level exactly for that. Okay, I think we can even... I kind of want to buff this click right here. Let me just... Yeah, let's do that. All right, this part is a lot harder now. We need to buff this part, the ship part. People complain about the ship part a lot, and actually in this other copy of the level, in Dispassion 2, I actually already kind of buffed this because I was starting to put down the foundations for the deco. I think I over buffed this part. I don't know. I made a bot of this part. Let me put it on. So let me show you this. I bought this part, and this is with the buff. I don't know. I think now this is gonna be the run stopper. Let me show you with hitboxes on. Look at how tight these clicks are. This is a ship part, dude. Look at how close this is. I don't think this is possible. You made me do this. You made me buff this thing into oblivion. I don't think people realize that these are death. These are portals. These are mini portals. They constantly change. If you hit these, you become another game mode and you die. So these are... Look at this! What? Am I alive here? Nope, you just don't die there. Great job, Rob Top. So this click, you actually don't die on. You just simply survive for some reason. This, I think, is a frame perfect release. Look at this. This is insane, bro. I don't think you realize how close these are. Look at this, dude. How are you surviving these? And look at how many clicks you need to do here. Jesus Christ. To stay straight, you need to click like a freaking behemoth. And this is not straight. This is not a straight line. You need to go down here slightly. That's the hard part of this. Yeah, I don't know. This might be a bit too hard now. In comparison, this spider part looks easy. I don't wanna spoil anything because I actually started decoing this part and I'm still working on it. I don't want any opinions yet. Ah, screw it. Who cares? These clicks aren't even that easy. This gets replaced by these. These are so tight because you're a full spider. You have a full hitbox in here. Same thing with these clicks. You're a full-size spider here. And there's also, I think, here. Yeah, this is a frame perfect, I think. From up to down here, because this hitbox checks you. You have a 1 frame window here, and I'm at 240 FPS, so like I know how to count normal frame perfects. Like take these for example. Let's put a start pause here. Put in frame stepper real quick. So how many frames do you have to jump this? Let's check. 1. That's it. Even when you're not 240 and you're like at 120, if the frames align, this I think is still a 1 frame gap. So I don't really know how to classify it, but these clicks right here, these right here are, I don't think people realize, this is a 1 frame window again. You have 1 frame, only 1 frame to do this jump. And here we go, I made it. You don't hold here. If you hold, you die. I held right here. If you hold, you die. You need to wait a single frame, and then you have only 1 frame to do it again. These are hard as hell. I hesitate to call these 240s because I think you can do them at other FPS as well. But it's a 1 frame window at 240, so I wouldn't really know. Also, this click is, I think, also frame perfect to go in and out. This one people don't realize is actually super tight. And also, I buffed this last part, so I made the clicks a bit tighter here also. And yeah, I actually forgot I did this because I buffed it in 2 different ways. So buff number 1, I made the hitboxes accurate, not fixed, accurate, and all spikes are accurate right here. Aside from this one, because this one, I think if I make this spike accurate, it's impossible. It's impossible as a 1 click. So you need to spam here and then go up. But if you spam here, it becomes impossible later because the second way I buff this level is here. These are hidden spikes that are toggled off by default, and they will be toggled on if the counter pickup, which ups by 1, if the counter hits 46. So you need to do this whole part starting from when you turn into the wave from the ball. You need to do this whole part in 45 clicks. Anything more will activate the spikes here and you won't be able to go forward. And this is at 90% in the level. Am I too evil? Am I the evil villain of Geometry Dash? Am I evil Larry right now? I think I might be too evil to do this, but I kind of want to leave it. I kind of want to be the Geometry Dash villain. I think this click also, this is frame perfect, I think, and also this pink orb is perfect too. I think this is too hard to be at 90%. These clicks are way too hard to be at the end of the level, I think. There's also this click right here, which I haven't checked is possible yet, because I buffed it in the second showcase when I added this part. These weren't in here. It was only the black orb, so you could hold. If you don't click anything, you go into the spike. Is this possible? Let's check. Boom. A little later, maybe. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh. There was this idea that I was trying to develop where you're basically seeing the level from the outside. Like your icons are inside of the factory, right? But the camera is outside looking in. So basically in the foreground, you're seeing like a wall and windows. But inside you're seeing the deco of the assembly line, etc. And every time I try to freaking do it, it just looks horrendous. And that's why I haven't made that much progress yet with the decoration. If holding works. Okay, holding works. This has got to be possible now. Yes. Okay, so take this part for example. You'd be seeing this but from the outside. Like let's say I do this, and now I take everything and turn it into this. So you're basically seeing like the walls in the foreground, and so everything would go into like T2 layer. So it's seen like a head, right? You'd be seeing these, but every time I do this, it just doesn't look good. So I'm trying to make this idea work before I do any other deco. We're working on it over here. The level now, I think, is a bit too hard, if I say so myself. This ship is impossible, I think. If someone can do this ship part, I mean, you can take the crown, big bro. You can just do it, just take it. I think I would be very, very surprised if anyone at all can beat this level. Let me know what you think. Let me know I should nerf it a bit or just leave it and like have it be like an impossible level. I mean, if it's impossible, it's not top 1, it's just impossible. Eventually, in like 1,000 years, when this will be verified, it'll be like top 40 or something. This is the buffing of Dispassion. I don't think I want to bot this. Just imagine if people don't want to play this. I feel like a super villain. I kinda like it. See ya.